Hello and good day, my wonderful friend. It's King Gabriel here again, and this is lesson 3. Now, this topic is going to be very potent. It's going to be a topic that will actually put you in a place of power regarding some of the disempowered teachings that have been placed out there, right? I'm not against anybody's religion, but any sort of teaching that teaches somebody that they're weak and pathetic and that they are guilty and all of that stuff, unnecessary. We don't have to do that, right? So this topic is going to teach you a closer representation, not the exact truth, because I can't just give that in words right now here, but a better representation of what you really are and the ability that you actually have that is within you, right? As was said by the Christ some time ago, the kingdom of God is within, right? And some people still seeking without through various means, but that's just one of the ways, right? There are many different teachings that say the same things in different ways, and we don't have to stay stuck in the understanding that religion has given, right? Although religion itself means to bind with, well, the Creator, right? So religion is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just, again, man's perception of these things and his limited idea of self that allows him to feel weak and limited. So let's continue with the story. Today's topic is anything that is going to save you will come from you, right? Anything that is going to save you will come from you. What do I mean when I say that? In experience, in your day-to-day experience, it always seems like there's something, some next thing that is going to get you where you need to be, or hook you up, or you'll meet the right people to put you in the right place, or that you would have the right actions taken by you on a daily basis by working really hard and everything to get things done so they fall into place. And that itself is a form of deception that we don't really quite grasp. Most people don't really quite grasp, I should say. I'm not saying that you should just sit around and do absolutely nothing, right? No thing. It's just understanding that the physical world is secondary. It is secondary, right? It is not the world of creation itself, or where the thing that creates action and creates inspired action, by the way, is generated. So when you sit down and you start to think about something, for instance, you're about to pick up a pencil, there's a thought that goes through your head. You've done it so many times that you don't even realize it happens. But there's a thought that goes through your head before picking up that pencil. Okay, I'm going to pick that pencil up. And you see a vision of it happening before it happens. So in a sense, you tell yourself the future in each moment, right? And you give yourself a future. There is no future if your mind was completely blank. And when I say blank, what I mean is without vision. But you do have vision and you always use it. So when people say they're going to open their third eye and all of these different things that they're speaking about, your third eye has always been open. It's never needed to be opened. It has been open since you were born. It will be open forever. Any vision that you have in your head, that's your third eye. That's your mind. You see with your mind, not with your eyes. So don't let anybody confuse you and tell you they had to open your third eye for you. That is open. I recognize my third eye was open when I was 7 years old, on my own, without any help from anybody else. And everybody has that ability. Everybody uses that ability. Some people use it to cause trouble in their lives and they don't realize, because they're visioning things that are negative on a regular basis, and they feel emotional turbulence based on that and create things that are hard for them, right? Some people have realized that that's what's happening, and they make the changes gradually so that they come up out of those places where people would suggest ideas to them that would allow them to focus on things that are not in alignment with what they really want, right? So what I'm saying by saying that anything that's going to save you is going to come from you, what I mean is that creative ability that you have, if you use it correctly and you focus on the actual result that you want and not let yourself get distracted by all the things at the side that come in that seem to be contradictory to it, then you will have no other outcome but the one that you're focused on, right? And how I address it in my work is fear itself, right, which is the only thing that stops you from actually achieving whatever you want to achieve. Fear, F-E-A-R, right, is actually, in my work, it is a focusing energy on alternate realities. And what I mean by that is you are focusing all that wonderful energy that is given to you, that you have within you naturally, on some situation that you do not want to see happen. All those what ifs, those buts, and all those things that would deny you the outcome are things that you focus energy on. And when you focus energy on them and you worry, right, you actually allow those things to become manifest in your experience. And it's you that are doing it. And contrary to that, or not contrary, but the other way that it could work out, right, is like this. That same energy that you're using to focus on the worry and the not being able to sleep at night, and you're thinking and you're actually running that same thing through your mind over and over, you can use that same energy, and it takes some effort initially because we're so well trained in the other way, but you can actually use that energy to focus on the positive outcome, on the thing that you want to have happen. And you'll find that as you focus on the outcome that you want to have happen, you'll feel lighter, you'll feel better, right? You'll find yourself smiling sometimes for no reason because you feel like the outcome is now, like it's happened. And that is when it will occur. The moment it's happened in your mind is the moment it will show up in experience, right? Because then you're no longer waiting. You've told yourself you're no longer waiting. You told yourself you have it. The kingdom of heaven is within. If it is within, and you are within it and it is within you, then as you realize it's there, what will you do but rejoice? If you know you are there, you will start to feel happy about it. And that happiness is a signal, that joy is a signal that it would look like you're sending it out to the universe, etc. But let's get beyond that, because I'm talking plain to you guys. I don't want to get into any kind of overdone metaphysics type thing. I'm going to say it as it is. As you feel that way, because you are everything, everything around you has to show up that way. You are everything. There is nothing that is not you. You are not limited to this little construct here. You are all of it. So if you're happy, like some days, for instance, you go outside and you're at home or whatever, and you just feel happy inside. All of a sudden you look outside and you realize, oh, it's extra sunny today, like it's super sunshiny. That's not a coincidence. That's not a coincidence. We look at it as if everybody makes up this specific, all of us come together as a collective, and so it's dependent on the other people, how the day is and all that. No, your day is your day. And it's quite possible, in fact, I'm going to say just as it is yet again, the days that you experience are a direct result of your consciousness, what you believe and accept in that day. If that day is a light and bright day inside for you, you'll find that the sun is shining brighter. In correlation to that, for some reason, your thoughts are light and everything around you is light. It's bright. It's not a coincidence. That actually happens as a result of you seeing your mind clearly. And I could go deeper into what the sun is and some other stuff on that as well, but I'll leave that for later, because right now we're just getting this part clear, and I really want this part to be super clear. So the super clarity in this is simply this. Every single time that you want to achieve something, you could either go ahead and go into fear and focus your energy on the alternate reality that would totally shut it down, which is readily given by the world to try to stop you from focusing on what you need to. Or you could continue to focus there and know that it's done. Once you know that it's done and you stay there, you are back to your natural state. You're back at rest. You're back at peace, because you're not creating something or attempting to create it. You're recognizing that creation is already done, which puts you in the situation of being able to rest, being at peace. You're not going to use your brothers and sisters to try to get things or try to manipulate them into getting something out of them that you think you don't have because of some perceived lack within yourself. You will understand that you have it already, and you will address them as such. And willingly, those things will come in. Now, the other part of this is that when it starts coming, or when it comes, you will start thinking, oh, this would have happened anyway. That's the mind's way of allowing you to, through all your creation, still feel like if you're powerless and allow you to dismiss your power once again. But that's not true, right? It would not have happened otherwise. It happened as a result of your consciousness, right? And this is not to dismiss the idea of God or act like if God doesn't exist or anything like that, because truly that's where it all comes from, right? And when I say God, I'm not speaking of the God like is taught in any of the religions that I know of that are presently existent, right? I'm speaking of that which is within you, that which animates you, that which animates everything, that which has given life to everything and is an intelligent and conscious thing that is flowing through everything. I have experienced it directly, and so I speak of it as fact. I'm not speaking of it in terms of some guy in the sky sitting down watching, judging good and bad. That is not what I'm speaking about. I'm speaking about the direct experience of an overflowing, love-giving being that is a part of everything. And so, what I'm saying is, if you are willing to sit down and really have that realization that it all comes from you, then you will watch what you're saying, you'll watch what you're doing, you'll watch your doubts, you'll watch those things initially, but then you'll move away from all that completely and you'll just move into focusing your energy directly on what you actually want to achieve, and knowing there is no judge, there is no bad thing that's going to happen to you for doing this, or no consequence for being evil or all of that stuff that's been put on it. I'm speaking about directly focusing on the truth, knowing that you're good, knowing that you were made in the image and likeness of that creator, which is good, which is love, so you must be love also. And if that is true, then why don't you do the loving thing for yourself? Move away from fear and move into the idea of having the fulfilled life that reflects that light and allows that light to shine everywhere so that others could see it and come that way as well. That's all it is. That's really all it is. And so I've spoken that word to you today in a nice way, and I hope that you could hear it. This is lesson 3. Anything that is to come to you comes from you. It comes through you, right? So that's lesson 3. We'll keep going. Look out next week for number 4, and we'll keep it rolling. Let's do this together. Eternal love and infinite peace.